Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you the quickest and easiest way to get started with doing a budget. If you've never done a budget before, this is going to be the fastest way for you to get started. It's more or less just you using a notebook and a pen, and even if you just want to do it with a piece of paper, that works. It's just a quick and easy way to get started and have something written down that you could follow on a monthly basis to know your income and expenses and exactly where your money is going. So let's get started. Okay, so I'll get started with my income for the month. And that's going to be around $34.80. Now, when I record my income, this is gross, and so it would be less any deductions that come out of my salary. So if I had any other gifts or if I had money coming in from another source of income, then I would just include all of that into this one total hair. So like I said, it'll be gross, and so any deductions, any insurances, any taxes, any savings, whatever comes out of your salary or any income that you generate, I would deduct that from this total before I go in and take out any of my regular everyday expenses. So this is the number that I'm going to use, and then I'm going to start with my expenses. Now the first expense that I will write will be my tithe, because I do like to do that on a monthly basis. So that's going to be 10%. And then outside of that, we also have some loans. We have a generator loan, and that's actually almost about to be done. And this is 164.90. We have a consumer loan, 545.78. And then outside of that, we do have a mortgage, but my husband takes care of that as well as some of the other expenses. So for this purpose, I'm not going to include that in this particular budget that I'm doing. Like I said, this is just going to be strictly based on my income and expenses during the month that I basically handle. So outside of that, we have electricity, and I budget about $500 a month for that. Particularly during the summer months, we tend to see a spike because we are running our AC more often, but normally in the cooler part of the year, so I'm expecting like around November through maybe about February, the bill would be a little less since we don't run the air condition as much. But for now, I'll budget $500 for that, just to make sure that that is covered. And then also my cell phone, and it's only my cell phone because my husband works for a telecom company, so he doesn't necessarily have to pay a cell phone bill. We have cable. I pay a cable at my parents'. It's about $75 a month. And then I also have my life insurances, and those are $161 a month. And then I have a bill related to my dad, which is about $200 a month. And I also have gas for my vehicle, which I budget at $200 a month. And then I have a couple of subscriptions that I use. That's Audible, Canva, TradingView. Audible is $15.11. Canva is $13.09. TradingView is $31.20. Oh, and I also have Apple. Apple is $3.99 a month. And then outside of that would be more or less expenses that are more variable, I would say. So I'm between working from home and also going back and forth in the office. So I don't necessarily buy lunch too often, but I will allow myself some miscellaneous spending of about $200 a month, and that's just to cover any items that I might need to purchase or any incidentals of if I'm out with the kids and they need something to that degree. I do get my nails done twice a month, and so that is actually $120 as well when I am consistent with that. And then outside of that, I don't think there are too many other expenses. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. But okay, let me tally. Now I don't know where my calculator is. My son had it earlier, and so I don't know where that is at the moment. So 348 plus 164.9 plus 545.78 plus 500 plus 100 plus 75 plus 161 plus 200 plus 200 plus 1511 plus 1309 plus 3120 plus 399 plus 200 plus 120. So that's going to put me at 2677.99. So what I will do here as well is that I actually only contribute about 3% to my pension at this time. So I would want to do more savings or investments. So I will take an additional 7% of the income that I take home. So I'll take the 3480 times 7%, and that's going to give me 243.60. And that's going to be additional savings. And that's going to be that. Tallied something wrong. So that's going to be 2921.59, which will leave me with, at the end of the month, that will leave me with $558.41. Now I would not necessarily leave that there. I would have to review what I'm going to do with that money, because I would prefer that it doesn't just sit, and that it has a use, because I have a habit of impulse shopping. So if I don't account for that, then that could end up getting lost somewhere. But oh, I think I know what happened. What happened is that my daughter was doing swimming during the month. Now swimming is done because it's getting into the cooler part of the year, so that particular residual is now actually in this amount as well. That's what happened. So what I'll probably do is I will create a sinking fund for her swimming. So once that resumes, actually what we'll already do is we'll have money built up in there already, and then my son is also going to be starting swimming, so we can allocate that additional cash there into sinking funds for them to go swimming. And so that way those funds will not be unallocated for, and I can actually net out to zero at the end of the month. And yes, that will be a better use of my money. So yeah, it's as simple as that, guys. If you wanted to create a budget, just more or less go through, take your income and all the expenses that you incur during the month. I know for me personally, I had to go and review my banking statement and also check my Apple ID for my subscriptions that I may have had, because there were some things that I saw there that I didn't realize were coming out. And you know, those actually do end up adding up. So once you get started doing it, just go through and take a look at all of your expenses just to make sure that you're capturing everything and that you are giving every dollar a single purpose. You don't want to just have money sitting there and you don't know what you're going to do with it, because that money could be actually going to work for you and multiplying. So if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this on budgeting, planning, and